In this video, guys, I'm going to be reacting to the community's voted top 10 favorite Fortnite seasons. If you go to Fortnite.gg, every single season is ranked by the community, right? There are hundreds of thousands of votes on every single season, and as you guys know, I typically tend to disagree with the community a lot of the times, especially when it comes to my season ranking, so I think this is going to be a great video. I have not seen the rankings whatsoever so far, so as they are revealed to you, they will also be revealed to me. I have no idea what this list is going to look like. I hope you guys do go on to enjoy this video. If you do, consider leaving it a like, and let's get right into my reaction for these rankings. Alright, so of course we're going to begin at number 10, and the community voted the 10th best season in Fortnite history to be Chapter 2 Remix. Wow, Chapter 2 Remix. That surprises me, although I guess it shouldn't, because if you think about it, right, Chapter 2 Remix is obviously a remastered version of Chapter 2 Season 2, which is what I believe to be the best Fortnite season of all time. I will be shocked if that is not at the number 1 spot on today's list. I'm kind of torn on ranking these mini seasons, right? They're very difficult to rank in comparison to the regular, 3-month Fortnite seasons. Comparing them to a 1-month Fortnite season is very difficult. I did always think that Fortnite Remix was a very solid season, especially coming off of Chapter 5, which, for all intents and purposes, was a pretty weak chapter, so you really needed a good season. Again, for the most part, if you like Chapter 2 Season 2, you're gonna like Chapter 2 Remix. My main complaints for this season are that, one, obviously, it's just too short as compared to a 3-month-long season. The live event was very bad, and the mythic and exotic clutter in this season was unlike anything I've ever seen. There are literally 3 times as many mythic and exotic items in this short of a season as compared to literally any Fortnite season ever. It's insane. There are so many mythics. I personally don't like that. For me, Chapter 2 Remix would probably just fall outside of my top 10, but I do know that the community really likes this season, so maybe I should have expected it to be here. All right, at number 9 is going to be, let's reveal it, Chapter 3 Season 1. Yeah, this doesn't surprise me at all. Now, for me personally, this would be outside of my top 10, but I know, again, the community really likes Chapter 3 Season 1. There is a lot good about this season, but unfortunately, there's also a lot bad about it, in my opinion. The MK7 was absolutely broken. The Stinger SMG was absolutely broken. You didn't have a good sniper to counter because remember the Hunter bolt action sniper on launch was terrible. The shotgun gunplay I don't really like. I don't like the striker pump and the auto shotgun. I'd rather just have the pump and attack. Spider-Man web shooters, if you have them, are great. If you're going up against them, they are some of the most annoying items in Fortnite history to deal with. And the Chapter 3 map, I think, is one of the weakest of all time. So obviously, you can hear in my voice, I don't think that this is a top 10 Fortnite season. But I will say, if I had to pick any season in Chapter 3 that I would pick to be the best, yeah, I would say Chapter 3 Season 1 probably. At the end of the day, it was a nice, clean restart after the absolute jumble that was Chapter 2 Season 8. So yeah, again, for me, not a top 10 season, but I see why the community wants to put it there. All right, next at number 8, we have Chapter 5 Season 1. Would you look at that? This is not a top 10 season in Fortnite history. I'm sorry, it just isn't. This season especially has some weird type of nostalgia that people feel for it all the time. I don't know if it's got to do with the weekend emote spamming for like 3 months in a row. Yes, it was the best season in Chapter 5, but no way is this a top 10 best Fortnite season of all time. The meta was absolutely cooked with a broken fully auto shotgun in the Frenzy auto, and literally one of the best weapons in Fortnite history, that being the Reaper sniper rifle that absolutely destroyed any type of ranged meta. I also really don't like the Chapter 5 map. I do not like this map at all. I did not like the gunplay, and what goes right alongside gunplay, that is projectile weapons. Chapter 5 introduced all projectile weapons, not just snipers, right? I absolutely hate that. It is one of my least favorite changes in Fortnite history. One of the reasons why I do not like Chapter 5, and a lot of people I thought agreed with me on that. So yeah, I really did not expect Chapter 5 Season 1 to be in the top 10 whatsoever for me. I don't even know if it's a top 15 season of all time. And like I said, right, it's just those projectile weapons absolutely kill it for me. That just goes for all of Chapter 5, not just Chapter 5 Season 1. There's not a single season in Chapter 5 that I would put inside my top 10 personally. I love the Reaper Sniper, but it's just too broken. Yeah, this one I absolutely don't agree with. Moving on to number 7, the community's got Chapter 1 Season 4. Would you look at this one? Now look, I love Chapter 1, and I am just as biased as everyone else, and I think that this is a pretty fair spot for it. I think if this is a season that you didn't play and you're just looking back on it, this has got to be outside like the top 20, right? because as compared to Fortnite seasons today, you don't have much. But I think if you played it at the time, you understand that this was probably Fortnite's peak. I mean, this is probably when the game had the most players. Maybe you could argue Chapter 2, Season 2 for that. This placement only surprises me because I feel like most of the community that really is going to be doing these rankings are not your OG players who played in Chapter 1, Season 4. They're going to be a lot of the newer generation players, the ones that started in Chapter 4, Chapter 5, even Chapter 6, right? So again, like I said, when you compare it to even something like Chapter 5, Season 1, right? You don't have nearly as much content in Season 4 as you do in Chapter 5, Season 1. But again, you've got all the makings of a great Fortnite season. You've got a great loot pool, a great map, a great theme. So this is a pick that I absolutely understand. Moving on to number 6, that's going to be, let's see what this one is. It is Chapter 1, Season 8. Yeah, no, this is not the 6th best Fortnite season of all time. There's no argument on that one. It's a good Fortnite season, right? It's probably in that middle area around, I would say, maybe 16, 17, but no way can you put it at 6. I will say you do have some huge additions. You've got the reboot van that was introduced in Season 8. That's massive. You've also got arena mode introduced in this season. That's like the first ranked mode that we ever saw in Fortnite. But unfortunately, that's really all the good things that I can say about Chapter 1, Season 8. I just don't like this season. I felt like it was so much worse than Season 7. I did not like the new jungle biome that they added. A lot of the new weapons I just did not like. This, for me, I think is one of the Fortnite seasons where I was kind of like, all right, like I'm starting to lose a little bit of interest. They need to do something to pick it back up. That's just me personally. If you like this season, you think it's the best Fortnite season of all time, I would totally understand that. And obviously, I'm in the minority here because 77% of players think that this is a top 10 Fortnite season. But for me, that's not the case. Moving on inside our top 5, and we've got here Chapter 1, Season 7. Yes, there we go. I think that this is a fair placement for this pick. It might be maybe a little bit high. I could see it at maybe around 7 or 8. But this is an unbelievable Fortnite season. Now, yes, I am biased. I think Fortnite during the winter is so much fun. I think they always do Christmas so well. I love Christmas. It's my favorite holiday, so you should have seen the look on my face when I opened up the game and I saw a fully Christmas-themed battle pass, Christmas-themed weapon wraps. You've got a full snow map. The whole storyline with Polar Peak I thought was absolutely unbelievable. Also, I guess I should mention now, if there's anything big that I'm missing about these seasons, please let me know in the comment section down below. I don't write scripts for my videos. I go straight off the dome, right, for like 15 or 20 minutes straight. Now, yes, planes were overpowered. I'm not going to argue against that. They were overpowered for the majority of this season until they got nerfed later on. Yes, planes are incredibly annoying. I understand that. I think besides planes, right, I know that's a big if, but besides planes, this season for me, its meta, it just felt nearly perfect, especially with the addition of ziplines. Just such a great addition to the game that are still in the game now. Great for mobility. For me, I can get behind the community putting this at number 5. At number 4 is going to be, let's see this one. It is Chapter 1, Season 5. Ooh, this is kind of a tough one, right? Because for all intents and purposes, this is a great Fortnite season. Like, I think this is one of the best Fortnite seasons we've had of all time, really, but it's just tough for me to compare it to some of the current seasons that we get where we get absolutely stacked on content. But at the same time, Chapter 1, Season 5, I feel like was the turning point where the game went from, okay, it was pretty bare bones, and yeah, you were getting new weapons, but they weren't really anything game-changing to now you had things like shockwave grenades, like Rift-to-Goes, like the heavy sniper rifle. The P90 was absolutely broken on launch, but you got the entire desert biome. That includes Paradise Palms, one of the best named locations of all time. I think there's also an argument to say that this might be the best map of all time, the most balanced map, the perfect Fortnite map. I will say the spray meta was very, very annoying throughout the entire season, and that's the only thing for me that kind of tarnishes Chapter 1, Season 5. But again, for me, it's one of those seasons that I look back on Fortnite like, when did I have the most fun in my entire life ever playing Fortnite? And Chapter 1, Season 5 is in that discussion for me. Again, the new gen players probably won't understand this pick, but for me, yeah, I can get behind it. At number 3 is going to be, wow, Fortnite OG. Okay, so this is going to be Chapter 4, Season 4 OG, and this is very, very surprising to me, considering we do have regular Fortnite OG now that you can play. But I will say, the hype around this season was absolutely unmatched. Like, honestly, I don't know that I've ever seen a Fortnite season be more hyped up. You gotta remember, at this point, we hadn't been back to the Chapter 1 map in, 5 years. If you wanted to play the Chapter 1 map and you didn't get to play from Season 1 to Season X, well, you were just out of luck, right? I mean, people were remaking it in creative and stuff, but you wouldn't get the original experience. And you guys would be surprised the amount of people that are playing the game now that didn't play at all during Chapter 1. It wasn't just a big deal for those players, it was also a big deal for someone like myself who just had so much nostalgia for those Chapter 1 seasons and wanted to go back and revisit it. And the reason why I was kind of surprised with this being inside the top 3 is, one, again, it was only a 1 month long season, and two, there was no original content. Nothing about this season was original. It was all stuff that had previously been in the game. I know that was the point, but besides the battle passes, nothing was unique about this season. And it's very hard for me to take a season like this that is just a copy of something that's already been done essentially and put it ahead of a fully unique season. Even something like, I don't know, Chapter 4 Season 2. Like, where is the Chapter 4 representation on this list? Unless it's in the top 2, I'm shocked that there has not been anything from Chapter 4 yet on this list. Again, do you consider OG to be part of Chapter 4? I mean, yeah, it's technically considered Chapter 4 Season OG, but it's the same thing with Remix, right? Is Remix considered part of Chapter 5? No, in my opinion. So OG at number 3 is a big surprise for me. I don't think it's the third best Fortnite season of all time for those reasons that I just named, mainly because it's just unoriginal. Yes, while I can admit I had a lot of fun playing this season, I was very excited for it, I can also say at the same time that there's nothing new about it. All right, we are now inside the top 2, and I have a feeling I know what these ones are going to be, so let's just reveal this one now. Let's see what it is. It is Chapter 2, Season 4. Yeah, okay, that is not a surprise to me. I will say, Chapter 4, Season 2 should be up inside the top 3. So unless it's at number 1, which I don't think it's going to be, that is a big miss for me on this list. But yeah, Chapter 2 Season 4 is one of the best Fortnite seasons of all time, if not the best. This is what I'm saying, right? Like, how can you compare Season OG to Chapter 2 Season 4? You had an entire season here fully themed around Marvel, locations fully themed around Marvel. The entire Battle Pass, all Marvel skins, which, by the way, if you wanted to have a Marvel skin before Chapter 2 Season 4, you had to buy it from the item shop. All new mythic Marvel items, a ton of them. You had like 10 of them, all unique with their own abilities that had never been seen before in Fortnite. Yes, this did make the meta a little bit crazy, but at its core, you had the Spaz Shotgun, you had your SMG, you had the Stark Industries rifle, you had great mobility. I look so fondly on this season. This is easily inside my top 5 Fortnite seasons of all time, so I'm glad the community wants to put it this high. But again, I just want to see what's at number 1. I have a feeling I know what it's going to be. All right, guys, let's just reveal the number 1 spot today. It better be Chapter 2 Season 2, and yeah, there it is. It's Chapter 2 Season 2. This doesn't surprise me whatsoever. This is the best Fortnite season of all time, I think. So many players picked up the game in this time because we were all locked inside our houses with nothing to do but really play video games. So by popularity, there's a pretty strong argument to say that Chapter 2 Season 2 might be the most played and the most popular Fortnite season ever. And I don't think this is just me saying this, right? I think genuinely the Fortnite community does believe that this is the best Fortnite season of all time, and obviously, of course they do. I mean, you had 161,000 people vote a, fire emoji on this season, basically liking it. That is double any other season on this list. You've got great mythics, which were revolutionary at the time. You've got a great themed battle pass that match the actual locations when you drop into the game, which also match the mythic weapons. Everything about this season for me is nearly perfect. And yeah, this is the one I expected to be at number 1. And yeah, here it is. All right, guys, please be sure to let me know what you thought about this. What about this list surprised you guys? I mean, for me personally, again, Chapter 4 Season 2 should be a top 10 season. Chapter 4 Season 1 should be a top 10 season. But other than that, I think this is actually a decent list. But please let me know your guys' thoughts in the comment section down below, and let me know if you want to see me do this exact same style video, but for the community's top 10 worst Fortnite seasons. I have a feeling that one will be very, very juicy, so please let me know. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. As always, peace.